did you know there's two kinds of vibes? Well, it's because of law of attraction. Law of attraction is this energy around us right now that I can't prove to anybody. I can't put it in a petri dish, I can't put it in a test tube and say, here's law of attraction. But what if I taught you something in the next 7 minutes that you could use over the next few days and for the rest of your life, where you could reduce and stop attracting negative things? Do you want to know about that? Say yes or no? Yes. I'm going to summarize. At every moment, including right now, everybody has this mood or this feeling. And this mood or feeling is causing you to put off a negative or positive vibe. So as an example, tell me some moods that you would have that would cause you to put off a negative vibe. What's an example? Anger. Boy, when we're angry, you're putting off a negative vibe. Do you do that on purpose? You say, well, I'm angry, I better put off a negative vibe that matches that. You know, it just happens. What are some other examples of negative vibes?
Jealousy.
Jealousy, guilt, shame, blame. I mean, there's hundreds of them. So when you're having those moods or feelings, you're putting off a negative vibe. So what are some moods or feelings that cause you to put off a positive vibe? What's an example? Love, appreciation, joy, bliss, abundance. So right now, everybody has one of the two moods or feelings, positive or negative. And then there's this law of attraction that I can't prove, or we can't see it, or we can't touch it, or we can't even hear it. But law of attraction is eavesdropping on your vibration right now. And law of attraction has a job description, and it's only 2 words long. You know, it's like if law of attraction had a job in the newspaper, it would say, help wanted. And here's the job description for law of attraction. I want you to repeat it after me. It's only 2 words long. The first word is match. Let's try that again. Match. Vibration. What an easy job that is. It doesn't even take a brain. Oh, here's a vibration. What do I do with it? Oh, let me check my job description. In other words, this law of attraction is eavesdropping on your vibration, and it's caught you sending a negative vibration. What does it do with that vibration? It matches it. So you don't understand what I'm talking about? I know it's not you, but maybe somebody you know, first thing in the morning, they're laying in bed, they're a little bit cranky, they're a little bit irritated. What kind of vibration is that, negative or positive? Negative. That's right, that person's negative. They're laying in bed, they're negative. What's law of attraction doing as they're sending that negative vibe? It does what to the vibration? It matches it. So the person gets up out of bed, and then they stub their toe. Is that a negative vibration? And then their printer breaks down, and the client cancels, and they're late for the bus, and the day gets worse and worse and worse, and they finally say, I should have stayed in bed. Yes, you tried that before, haven't you? You stayed in bed, but it didn't get rid of the negative vibration. But what happens here is the day gets worse and worse and worse, because law of attraction was checking and matching and checking and matching and checking and matching, and every time it was eavesdropping on their person's vibration, it caught them sending the negative vibration, and then law of attraction unfolds and orchestrates to bring them more of the same vibration they were sending. How about on the positive side? Do you ever notice that maybe one event was positive, and then a couple hours later another positive thing happened, and another positive thing happened? And sometimes we say, wow, am I ever on a roll? Have you had the roll before? Yeah, well, you created that roll through your vibration, even without knowing it. So just to summarize, law of attraction is at work right now and right now. And everything that you're attracting in your life is because of the vibe that you're sending. I didn't invent law of attraction, and I didn't create it. I'm just teaching it. Does everybody understand that? It's a universal law that exists. My gift was to be able to teach the subject so people can do one thing: stop attracting negative things and start attracting positive things. So you ready to learn how you can reduce and stop attracting negative things? Say yes or no?
Yes.
Now remember, law of attraction is always matching my vibration. So here's an example. When I talk about what I don't want, am I giving that attention? Yes or no? If I say, oh, I don't want my clients to cancel, what did I give attention to? Canceling clients. What if I say, oh, I don't want this to hurt, what did I give attention to? Don't slam the door, what did I give attention to? Yes, every time you use the word don't, not, and no, you just gave attention to what you didn't want to give attention to, and law of attraction will obediently manifest that thing you said you didn't want. Have you ever had this expression? My hunch is you have. You'll say, Wow, that's exactly what I didn't want. I've been saying all week I didn't want that. Did that ever happen to you? Yes. In other words, whenever you talk about what you don't want, you get more of it. If you go to the internet and you type in no football, what shows up? Football. You see, the internet doesn't understand don't, not, and no. If I told you not to think of a koala bear, I know that you know that I know that you did say yes or no. You cannot not give it attention when you say that you don't want to. And law of attraction is obedience. Whatever you give your attention, energy, and focus to, you'll get more of it. So here's your homework between now and the rest of your life. If every time you use the word don't, not, and no, I want you to do this. I want you to reset your sentence. Let me get this. It's my reset button. Well, first say yes if you love a reset button. They're pretty helpful, aren't they? You know, your computer breaks down or a piece of equipment breaks down. Boy, there's a reset button. You press the reset button and you fix it. So what if I told you that you could find the negative events in your life, reset them with your reset button to change them to positive? Do you want to know how to do that, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, here's the trick. I'm going to repeat myself again. Whenever you talk about what you don't want, in that very moment you just gave it attention. And when you give it attention, you give it the energy. When you give it the energy, the obedient law of attraction is doing what to that energy? It is
matching.
It's matching it. That's why you get more of the things you say that you don't want. But I want you to do this between now and the rest of your life. Whenever you hear the word don't, not, and no, here's the reset sentence, and I want you to repeat it after me. You willing to do that?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, here's the reset sentence. So, what do I want?
What do I want?
So, for example, if I said, I don't want my clients to cancel, I said, I just said what I didn't want. So what do I want? I want my clients to
Keep
their appointments. I don't want this to be difficult. So what do you want? I want it to be easy. Don't slam the door. So what do you want?
Shut it gently.
Close the door gently. Don't spill your milk. So what do I want? Drink your milk carefully. You know, you go to the department store, 2 doors, and said, don't use this door. What could it say?
Use that door.
Use that door. Wouldn't that be helpful? Say yes or no?
Yes.
You are going to be so surprised at how often you use the word don't, not, and no. And you're also going to see a pattern. It's going to say, you know what, I keep saying I don't want to lose my keys, and I keep saying I don't want to be late for work, and I keep saying I don't want this, I don't want that, and I don't want that. Every time you talk about what you don't want, pretend that you just press enter on the internet. And when you press enter, the internet brings you back things that you said you didn't want. Same with law of attraction. So your job is to hear my voice in your head every time you use the word don't, not, and no. What is the reset sentence again? It's so.
What do I want?
What do I want? Because here's what happens. When I go from what I don't want to what I do want, the words change. And when the words change, you know what else changes? The vibe. And when the vibe changes, the results change. Good. Now I'm going to see how I'm going to test you. I'm a Canadian, so I'm a little bit hot right now, so you have to. So I'm going to test you right now to see how much you remembered. Are you willing to be tested? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. How many kinds of vibes are there?
2.
2. What are they? Positive and negative. And when are you sending a positive and negative vibe? When?
Right now.
All the time. Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you're sending a negative vibe, law of attraction is doing what to that negative vibe? It is
matching.
It's matching it. What about when you're sending a positive vibe? What does law of attraction do? It matches it. And what are the 3 words that are causing you to attract something that you don't want? What are they?
Don't.
No, not, and no. And whenever you catch yourself using the word don't, not, and no, you're going to press your reset button. By the way, would it be helpful if you had your own reset button? Say yes or no?
Yes.
Hang around. We're going to give you a reset button before you leave today. So the reset sentence is what? So what do I want? And when you change the word, you change the vibration. And when you change the vibration, you change the results that you're getting. That is free information, and it will change your life, I promise you. You're going to hear yourself use the word don't, not, and no. We all do. Some people use those words 300 times before lunch, and they're wondering why their life is falling